Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back with another SnowRunner mod review, and today we're checking out what I dubbed the Ultimate Scout for 2021. This is the new 1989 Chevy K5 Blazer. I will say that when I did my first video on this, it was his first mod ever and first release. Since then, I think he's done 5 or more updates to it to improve it, and there's going to be more updates in the future as well. This is not a one and done project, so its current state can vastly improve over the next couple of weeks. Big shout out to ICEBERG for making these changes so fast and taking in some of the feedback that was in my last video. As always, guys, you know what to do. Drop a like on the video, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel because there's going to be lots more great videos just like this for you all to enjoy and watch. But we're going to take it through the torture test again, see if there's any other improvement, and then we're going to take it through the side trail. Let's jump into it, guys. Alright, let's customize this Chevy K5 Blazer 1989 and see what has changed in it since it has received a lot of updates. We've got 3 engine options: 4.8 liter i6, 5 liter V8, 5.7 liter V8. Let's go with that. We have the off-road gearbox. Suspension, now we have flexi, raised, and raised active. The Flexi is a custom suspension kit offering both active control lift and very flexible leaf springs, ideal for trailing routes. The Raised is a raised suspension kit ideally suited for larger wheels. The Raised Active is an active version of it, basically. The Flexi seems to be the highest, so I think we should probably go with the Flexi. One of the things I asked for last time was bigger tires, and I think we're probably going to get that here. We have 39 TSL boggers, 36 super soft. We'll try these. Put the advanced scout on, the snorkel, of course, boot supplies, large roof rack, heavy bumper, that looks awesome, and we have another heavy bumper for the front. Now, what I told ICEBERG that I think would be really cool here is if we had a heavy bumper that adds the weight, and we also have a heavy look bumper, which is the same bumper that doesn't add the weight, but I don't think this adds much weight. We've got antenna, we've got K5 mud flaps, and side step. We've got 2 rim choices. And now we have, I'm going to use this paint job this time just because it adds a little bit of character, obviously. We'll pull it out and see what has changed. So we do have the Flexi suspension, and the heavy bumper doesn't have weight this time in the front, I don't think. It didn't seem to cause it to dip down the way that it did last time when mounting, like a normal heavy bumper that adds mass does, which is kind of cool. I do think it could be useful to have that, an actual heavy bumper with added mass, but I think at the same time you need a version that does not add mass as well. We have 39-inch boggers on, and some repair points, which we desperately know we're going to need as a scout. I do like the heavy rear bumper, which is also new, I believe, from the last time I did the last video. We're going to hit this snow and see how we do in high. Not bad, really. I mean, yeah, we're spinning, but let's put it in a low and put the diff lock on. So we're still spinning a little bit more than I'd like in a low. I think low should be the gear that... Oh, well, I guess it kind of is. Low should be the gear for the most part that you just keep your movement going, but you don't end up digging or spinning anything up too bad. One thing I really love is the actual look of this Blazer. It is very, very realistic, guys. And being an older truck, it's really cool to have as a scout for a lot of reasons. But I did want to pull up to this F750 here. Now, this F750 is a stock truck in-game. And if you pull this Blazer up and you look at the modeling and the textures, this Blazer, for the most part, looks like a stock truck. And the reason I wanted to make that point is that it's not. This is a model brought into the game by ICEBERG. It is a custom mod, but the quality of it is that good that it looks like a stock SnowRunner truck, which I think is absolutely massive. For the few people who have asked if this is going to come to console, as you know, it is tough to get an officially badged vehicle on console, and SnowRunner developers are the ones that make those decisions, not the mod developer. But ICEBERG has said in comments before on Discord that he has an idea of potentially bringing another version that is basically debadged and has like a semi-generic name that would likely make it on the console. Now, I believe it would be basically the same mod without the badges and a different name. And if that happens, it has a lot higher chance of making it to console for you console players. But time will tell. I don't think that'll happen right away, and I don't think it'll happen until he's happy with the state of the Blazer and it's more of a final state. Right now, I think it's still a WIP for him. But this mod has made a lot of progress. Obviously, it being a scout, I'm going to take the side to the right. This is a little bit easier of a trail in my opinion, and it probably has a better chance of surviving this torture test going through this. Not many stock vehicles can, but this torture test to me sets a staple for, you know, what you need in a scout. Because you need a scout that's going to be able to get through this, and if it can't, you need a scout that is going to be able to recover something that gets stuck in this, or at least help you recover something that gets stuck in this. But in low so far, we're actually doing okay. You got to really, really trim the edges here to be able to make it, I think. But we're making it a lot further than we did last time. And when you talk about updates to a mod and the difference it makes, seeing this, for example, speaks volumes in the changes that have been made to this mod, as opposed to visual changes or someone giving you changelog patch notes, for example. Now, having a scout, it's okay to winch a couple times here and there, and so far the only time we've had to winch is to get rid of the trees that won't get rid of themselves. But we're actually making it through, no problem, and I am really, really impressed with this, guys. This is what we needed out of this mod. Now we're stuck on this tree, but we winched it for a few seconds and it'll disappear. Yeah, this is exactly what we needed out of this mod, guys. It really, truly is. And I'm thrilled with the changes that we get to see here. I'm not gonna lie, when ICEBERG said that a lot of changes were made and let me know that it received a massive update, I would have never guessed that the changes were going to be this significant. That is the truth. Because this couldn't even make it into the torture test on its original state, and now it's not OP. It makes it through very realistic for what you would expect this scout to do. High gear, obviously all we're going to do is spin. And now we're okay in automatic. That was absolutely crazy, guys. Now let's fast forward into the night. I want to check out these headlights. So standard halogen, they give a pretty good light up. The tail lights seem a little dull, but the truck is covered in mud, so that's fair. Now, the other thing, guys, is that this suspension, I didn't even have lifted all the way. So that is what it looks like in its full lifted state. And the reason why I didn't want to lift it all the way is I wanted to see if it could go through the torture test on its own, not being lifted. That was kind of a big thing for me. But having this flexi suspension lifted now, I have a little bit more ground clearance if you hit rocks or anything like that. And to be honest with you, if we hit a situation in that torture test where we really kind of needed to lift because we were bottomed out, I definitely would have lifted it. But it wasn't exactly bottomed out at any stage during that test. And for that reason, I just wasn't worried about it at all. I'm going to check out my new favorite trail and see how we do here. We're in a low plus, and we seem to be doing fine. And some situations, the lift actually just doesn't help. But it's going through this deep snow, realistically what you would expect it to. Not OP in any sense. We're actually probably spinning a little more in some scenarios than we did in the SWAT truck, which is kind of interesting to see given the fact that this is a lighter BLAZER. It should be a little more capable, in my opinion, on light mud. And now we get to check out this beautiful view and this house. I will say, ICEBERG, well done. Keep up the good work, and I'm excited to see what comes out next or with the future updates. And as always, guys, the download link is going to be in the description. So if you want to check out this mod for yourself today, you're actually able to download that with the download link in the description. And yeah, it is worth downloading 100%. This, in my opinion, is one of the best scouts to come as a mod to Mod.io in the last couple of months, and so far in 2021. And you can see here in this deep snow, again, we're not cruising through it. We are spinning and we are struggling, just like you would expect out of any real off-road vehicle. Alright guys, and that is it for today's video. But drop a like and sub on the channel, guys. Really appreciate the support, and make sure you check out this mod right away.